welcome in everybody. You got your host Paris Price. I am here with Ashton Price, D2 collegiate athlete at University of Arkansas at Monticello. We appreciate you all being here. Ashton, you want to go ahead and tell the people who you are?
So just like Paris Price said, Division II athlete at the University of Arkansas at Monticello. I'm a junior, 6'4" guard. I am a athlete, a part of VT Rising Stars, and I'm proud to be a part of the family and the brand. So this is a big step for my career, and I'm glad I'm taking it with VT Rising Stars.
Absolutely, man. We're happy to have you here. And we're definitely going to touch base and swing things back your way. Before we get started, I just want to give the people a quick introduction of, what Vivid Tokens as a company is about, and also our current project, BT Rising Stars, which you are now our first partner with. So just as a current rundown, Vivid Tokens is a NFT merchandiser and marketplace. Our goal is to revolutionize the NFT and crypto asset world by bringing real world utility and by basically presenting a lot of different variety of projects, and which brings us to our main point, the VT Rising Stars, which is our first and foremost prioritized project. And with this, we basically want to give athletes of all ages a platform. Maybe in some other cases they would not have either have gotten, in their current situation or, whatever it may be. We definitely want to be there and help push their brand as a VT Rising Star NIL athlete. And we also do offer options for amateur athletes as well. So we'll get into some more of that towards the end of the episode. But for now, I just want to take, few seconds to, welcome Ashton as our first NIL athlete under Rising Stars. Happy to have him. Just as some background, this is my little brother. I've seen his work ethic since, we were a little bit. So just to see him grow up and, the journey that he's been on so far, definitely, great to see from my perspective. So all of us are extremely proud of him, man. So everybody just, we're welcome Ashton in, and we're extremely happy to have him. So moving on, we're going to go ahead and get into last night's game against HSU. But before we do, how was your holidays, brother, man? How was your holidays? How did that go for you?
You know, the holidays, it was very, I wanted to relax and just, spend time with fam, but you still gotta keep prepared for the season and stay out of trouble, and you want to hang out and have fun, but I had a good enough time, did my little cool 6 days down back in Dallas. That's where home is. So
For sure,
that's all you really
man.
can do.
Yep, man. It was a well-deserved 6 days, man. You just got off that game against Arkansas Tech, man. Had you a nice little 20 piece against them.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Right off, fresh off the little break, have a nice little 20 point game, and we won. So that's all that really matters. So as long as
Yeah,
we
at the end of the
won
day.
and break our little streak, so we're good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so just definitely wanted to take the time to congratulate you on that. And fast forwarding through the holiday break, and I'm sure, as an athlete, there's a lot of things you have to stay mentally prepared for, keep your body in shape, and, not indulge too much over the holiday break. But I felt like you definitely did a great job of maintaining and staying focused in preparation for this next game. Um, and building on top of that, here this last game, you guys played HSU, Henderson State University. Unfortunately, it did end in defeat. But just, a few notable players from last night's game, man. We had Jacob Zenin for UAM. He had 20 points last night. You finished with 19. And then we had we have Valdez, who finished with 12, and then Isaac Jackson, who finished with 11. So, your starters brought some heat yesterday. You guys definitely had a lot of minutes in, but you guys played well, especially taking that into account. And on the flip side, points were scattered. We have Xavier Owens on HSU, who had 16, KJ Sykes, who had 10, and then we have Jabari West, who finished with 21. So overall, man, it sounds like both teams had some key pieces in last night's win. So, kind of take us through that, man. What was on the scouting report? Like, what were you thinking going into the game?
So they had a kid on there. I don't know his name specifically, but he was number 11, I believe, either number 11 or number 4. I know. I think number 11. Number 11. I think he averages like 18 points a game
Okay.
on Henderson State.
And I have him down as Xavion Oko.
I think that's his
Okay.
name.
Okay.
And so our plan was to minimize his shots. He's really skilled around the arc. He can really create for himself. So we wanted to make the game difficult for him and make his others play. Um, we also had we had a tough understanding knowing who was gonna start because they had some hurt players right before the break. So I believe the what's the guy's name who had 21 points, number one?
Number one is Jabari West.
So Jabari West, I believe he was hurt like 3 games before the break. So his scouting report was big, but we didn't know if he was gonna play. So we had to scout who we thought was actually, but he was on there for sure. Like he was a 6'9" force in the paint. He was one of their key pieces. So
Right.
he was on there, but we didn't know if he was gonna play for sure and what they had going on. And he only had 3 first half points. So we thought we could keep him minimized and keep him low. And that's why in the beginning of the half, we were up by, I believe, a 7-point margin. Was it 7 or
Yes,
9?
7 to 8. It was 7 to 9 points,
Mm-hmm.
just under 10. But yes, you guys definitely played well enough the first half to take
And
that
we
lead.
minimized their best 2 players. We had number 11, Xavier, the Xavion kid, or number 11. We had him at 4 points at the half or 2. And then we had number 1 at like 3 points at the half. So
Mhm.
like that was the difference in the game. And then the second half, number 1, I guess he found himself. When he found himself, we didn't just fall over and roll over. We stayed in the game. We fought back. We tried to minimize his points. Like it wasn't. It was. He was kicking it into gear, but we kept the game in within reason. It was a 2-point game, so
Right.
we
Yeah,
did what
man.
we could. We fought.
Yeah, for sure, man. It kind of sounds like defensively, there were some lapses in the second half, and a lot of that can probably be attested to fatigue to the starting five. But you definitely have to play through that in most cases. So I appreciate you giving your 2 cents on that, man. Again, flowers to HSU. Got to give them their kudos, man. They came to play, and of course, you and your teammates over at UAM, you guys played an awesome game, man. And just from my perspective, I feel like you guys look a lot better as a team, especially in last night's game. I feel like the game against Arkansas Tech prior to the break. That the wheels were starting to turn for you all. So, and I kind of feel like the break kind of counteracted that a little bit because the things were starting to get
You
going for
know,
you all. So, and you got to take and give with that. So, for you guys to come out and play the way you did yesterday, man, I think that it speaks volumes for sure. And basically where you guys can be and the potential you guys have playing together, man. So, again, thank you for your 2 cents on that. And then, yes, I did want to reiterate that Jacobs Enden did finish the game with 20 points, man. So how does it feel, having, teammates on your team that can put the ball in the basket? That seems like
so man, It's an amazing feeling. It's kind of it's a pressure releaser, like knowing that we have multiple threats and attack. And me and Jacob led the force yesterday in yesterday's game.
Yes, sir. You guys combined for 39 of the 64 points, so something was definitely clicking.
Yeah, so something was clicking between me and Jacob, but we also had John Carlos Valdez. I believe he had 10 points. I think he
Hmm.
finished the game with double figures. And we also had Isaac Jackson with 11. So, and those are John Carlos is like a 7 to 10 point player, and Isaac Jackson is he didn't have a bad night, but physical game. We're fouling. We only had two officials as well, so a lot of calls were missed. And
Exactly.
Isaac is downhill, so like a lot of his fouls were missed, and that's free throws and his little mid range game. So that was kind of a little slowed down for him yesterday, but he was still able to compete and give us his double figures like he usually does. So that helped us stay in it. And also, our defense, man, our defense is helping us on offense. It's
Absolutely.
making them work and on offense, and it's supposed to be the other way around. But if you make them work on offense a little bit, then on defense, it's kind of like, okay, like we had to use the full 30 seconds. We didn't get a basket in, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was we're making teams play our game, and we might get a little razzled every once in a while. Then, but at the end of it, we're making teams play the game that we want them to play, and that's why the games have looked better over the course of the time.
Absolutely. And especially, and I keep referring to with these last two games, I definitely felt like you guys as a team played at your pace versus playing at the opposing team's pace. And I feel like that was an issue that you guys were facing early on. So kudos to y'all for definitely getting that figured out. And again, defense definitely looks a lot better here.
Now,
This
not
last game,
perfect,
not perfect, definitely
but
room to
better,
improve, but it looks
but
better.
definitely better.
Absolutely. And I think if you guys get a better feel of how and where to help each other out to prevent, those second half explosions when you guys are facing fatigue, I feel like you guys will be in a better spot, man. So, but no, you guys are doing amazing. Um, Also, I wanted to ask, man, beyond the stat sheet, what's one thing that you're proud of regarding the team sticking together last night?
How we didn't let the course of the game freak us out.
Okay.
Like, we were up by 8. They came back, and we didn't get. Usually, we get like, not like
Right.
frazzled, but like, come on, what we doing? Like, we need to.
Right.
We kept playing our game. Like I said, we kept playing our game. We didn't play their game. We didn't let them speed us up, you know. And that was one of the things. And we didn't. Now we had some selfish plays. Like I wanna take the fault on a selfish play. Um, It was in the late second half, and I could have made a pass out to Jacob Zen, and he had already hit like three threes in a row.
Right.
But it was also like 2 seconds on the shot clock, so it was either I have to throw it immediately or shoot the shot. And I shot a bad shot over two people in the paint, and I could have made the extra pass. So that's just kind of showing like how we're getting it, but we still have the moments where it's like, you know,
Absolutely.
but how we have that moment and then we're able to come right back and do X, Y, Z and execute and get the game back to where we just had it. That's what I'm loving about the team right now. We're not falling apart and being selfish like we were in November.
For sure, for sure. And basketball is a game of runs, man. So if you and your team are able to keep your composure in those tight stress situations, I think you guys are, going to be golden, man. And it's a long season. So, even if your record isn't exactly where you want it to be right now, I think you guys are definitely in a better position than you were. Heck, I even think last year or maybe in the past 2 years, or just in terms of the win loss ratio. So you guys are definitely doing a great job. Um, I also wanted to pick your brain about the coaching after last night's game, man. So I know Coach Tapp and Coach Cole, um, they're doing a great job of taking care of you guys, mentoring, and just overall helping you guys be the best versions of yourself, better players. So what was kind of like, what was the atmosphere, what was said in the locker room to help critique you guys to where you can better play next game?
So and in a game like that, it's kind of tough for Coach Tap to kind of get on us, and because the game was so close, and as the coach, he doesn't want to kill us and be like, and rip us up and act like because we didn't play a horrible game. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? And he noticed that, and he noticed that we actually fought and played. Now we didn't play perfect, but that also goes with, like we talked about, fatigued, and we did just come back off a 7-day break.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And and that was our first game in like 2 weeks. So a lot of that game plays a part in that. And he was just kind of telling us we have, like, that game is over with. We need to fix what we did in this game. And our problems are, and I know you said off the stat sheet, but on the stat sheet, just logistically speaking, we lost the game by 2 points, but the Henderson State shot 21 more shots than us.
right.
So if they shoot 86 shots in one game and we shoot 60, that's because that's offensive rebounds. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta, and this is Coach Tab telling us what we have to, and Coach Tab can't draw up a play for us to get an offensive rebound.
right.
Or, I mean, he can make us offensive rebound all day in practice, but it takes us to go out there in the game and but it's, we got 5 players averaging 35 plus minutes a game. So it is kind of hard
Exactly.
to, but he's working with us, and he's telling us that we got really good talent this year to go really far, but we just need to do 3 to 4 little things to master what we, or not. We need 3 to 4 little things to fix what we're to win these games. And
Right.
then once we start winning, we can tweak 3 more things to really,
And become a better team.
to what exactly.
Exactly. No, that's very well said, man. I think you hit the nail on the head. Um, Offensive boards was a problem last night, and that's definitely something you guys are going to have to work on internally. And that comes with, what I said earlier, just helping each other out, whether it be backside or hey, maybe I got to box this person out so this person can grab the board. So it's things that you guys can work on. And I know you guys have a lot of new faces. I know you have some returners, but there's still that team chemistry that's still being built. Like I said, it's a long season, not too long though, so let's start to kick it in gear. But
Yeah.
yeah, you guys are doing a great job, man. And I just want to thank you again for taking the time to meet with me today. And just for our watchers, this is going to be a frequent thing. So after every game, we're going to conduct a post-game interview. Likely, it's going to be the following day. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Um, Lastly, Ashton, man, I just wanted to give the people a little bit more about you, man. Um, I know you very well. Like I said, I've seen you since you were in diapers. Like, love you to death, man. Like, it don't get no better than that, man. But what's your major? What are your goals in life? Like, what is your end goal, or where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
So I do see myself in the next 5 to 10 years playing professionally for sure. Um, so I haven't figured out if I wanted to get into sports analysis and um, commentating and things of that nature,
In
or just
regards to your
becoming a
major?
coach. hmm
Okay.
my major is communication in the arts, so I can also do like movies and things of that nature, and just just record and film people and write scripts. Like I can just do a lot with that.
Right.
But also I got a lot of credit hours to be a coach, and I think I know the game very well to be a coach. And I built a
Absolutely.
lot of connections throughout the way. I went to school in Kansas. I went to school in Dallas. Now I'm in school in Arkansas. So, and I'm well connected throughout the DFW. Well, not super connected, but connected enough. I know a few people. A few people know me. So, just keep playing to the best of my abilities, and hopefully, I can let basketball take me as far as it can take me.
Absolutely, man. And you have a good head on your shoulders, man. Extremely talented, a lot of potential, tremendous potential, man. And it's, really just based on, how you want to use your that potential. So we're behind you here at VT Rising Stars. I'm behind you as a brother, man. Much love, nothing but that, man. And yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, VT Rising Star, sir, for letting me join the family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just so you guys know, we do have some trading cards as NFTs that are going to be coming out featuring Ashton here on those. So make sure you guys go out, support that. Obviously, through the NIL, he will be getting a percentage of all sales. So support this young black man, and we want to see him go far in life, man. Thank you, Ashton.
Hey, man, appreciate it.